Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with this conference call. I know this is actually a first call of its kind. The purpose of this call is to do an invite training call. And I know that as we're going out there, I'm re-entering the field very heavily right now. One major part, the theme right now that's going on, as Tony Robbins was saying, to raise your standards. And all of us here, we want to go out there and our businesses this year, and one part of blowing up your business is to really check your fundamentals, And I'll give you guys a quick story before we get into everything. I'm also recording this as well, too. Can you guys hear me okay, first of all?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. I'll give you guys a quick story. If you guys know my background, I got my feet wet in network marketing for a couple years when I was in the previous venture, USANA, and we were still working with Duke and the KSI system and everything. So inviting was always something that I had a part of me. It was something that I wanted to get really, really good at really fast because I just didn't like getting rejections, honestly. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure we're all the same right there. And I just wanted to get it down. So I remember back in the day, I would constantly take notes. I would constantly drill. I would constantly think that I would get better. And eventually I grew a group. I wanted to help my teammates grow as well, too. And I thought I was good, And the key is I thought I was good. And the question is, good compared to what? And what happened was this. I was around probably a vice president. We got into RX. And if you know the story there, my sponsor in RX actually, and he was my main guy. He was the one that went out there. Who just hopped onto the line?
Oh, Mary Miller.
Hey, Mary. Gotcha. Welcome to the line. Yep, my sponsor went out there, and my sponsor was the one that was kind of like the go-to guy. He was like the leader in this scenario. He was kind of like, he was in my shoes, And he left. He had a girlfriend out in Canada. He left, and he kind of never came back. So all of a sudden, boom, here I am. I got like 5-10 teammates, really what to do. We want to grow our businesses, but I felt the need to say, I need to get better for the sake of my future. I need to get better for the sake of my own team, And what happened was I reached out. See, this is the key. When you don't know what to do, it's always wiser to reach out to someone that is an expert that knows what they're doing. If you're going to the gym for X amount of time and you're not seeing results, probably wise to consult with a trainer. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
So I went out there and I consulted and I got the relationship built with Duke Tubtim. And Duke, of course, I knew him as a master trainer. I knew him to be a self-made millionaire through network marketing. I just felt like, you know what? If I want to be the best, I want to train with the best. And I eventually worked my way into a relationship with him. And I remember there was a night, one of the first things that he did with me was he checked my invite standard, And I thought I was good. Remember, this was a couple years in the game already. I thought I had a lot of experience under my belt. I had a team. I was growing my business. And I invite tested him. It was a late night one day, I remember. And after I tested my invite on him, in a nutshell, Duke said, oh, no wonder why you're not at the success level that you want to be at. And I looked at him dumbfounded. At first, my ego was flaring. At first, I'm like, oh, you caught me at the wrong day. Like, I'm way better than this. I've been doing this for a long time, Duke. I know this. And he kind of looked at me. He's like, I've trained a lot of people. You can't fool me. And I thought about that hard. And I went back and I said, you know what? Maybe there are things that I can spruce up. And really what happened that day is it forced me to look at what I thought was good. All right? And that's my first question that I'm going to start this talk with. What do you believe good is? When it comes to your skills, when it comes to your basics, is good good enough to get a guest. All right? A lot of us here might be good enough to get a guest. Okay? Is good enough to just do a three-way call, to have you do an invite and get them onto a three-way call to an expert to have them confirm? Is good enough where you can land a guest on your own? That's a different level there. I'll tell you this, I've never had a three-way confirmation done for me my entire life when it comes to an invite. You know, that's something kind of new that we've incorporated, but since the beginning, I've never done that. But there's another level. Is your skill so good? Is your invite so good that if we were to put you on stage, people would be amazed and impressed by your skill level? If we were to put you on stage, would your top teammate in the room be inspired to say, I want to do that one day? Do you make the skills look that pretty? Are your skills good enough where if you train someone else, they're good enough not to just even invite themselves, but they're good enough to train the invite? That's a different level. Think about it. If everyone here didn't just master the invite for yourself, but you also mastered it enough to help someone else get their invite good, but even one more level, your invite was so good that it trains other trainers. Do you guys all feel that your businesses could grow way faster?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, big time.
That's the question. Why would I want to get good at the invite? Okay, number one, it's the essential skill to know. And it's not hard. It's a free skill, you know. But I would want to get good because this is the key. If you master your invite, this is cool. Once you get your teammate on board, you master knowing how to work with them on theirs as well too. You will never run out of prospects. You will never run out of people to talk to because you can always get into their list, and it's called the never-ending list right there. So I'm going to start this call by setting that as the bar and setting that at the standard. And I've seen every single person that's made a 6-7-figure income in this industry has extremely strong fundamental skills, so much to the point that they can train other people. Okay? So with that said, I want to go out there and I want to do a demo of how I would do an invite. And then after that, I want to spar with a person or two. I want to see where you guys stand. Okay? You guys ready for this?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I suggest taking notes if you feel that your invite could be spruced up more. Okay? I'm telling you this. You can always get better at your skills. You could always get better at your skills. The pros always get better at their skills. Okay? So let me use, let's see here. All right. I'll just go down the line. How about I'll use Martine. Martine, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, perfect. And let's say I'm inviting you, Martine, and give me a background of someone that you're thinking about inviting.
This guy who just works at the movies right now, overnight shifts, and he's just a worker. Like, he just works there, cleans up popcorn and stuff.
Okay, sounds good. So
yeah,
we're going to go out there and talk to this guy. He works at the movie theaters. He does an overnight shift. He probably does not like what's going on, you know?
Yeah, and
all right.
He's health conscious because I used to work with him, and he used to eat healthy in the break room and stuff.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Okay, are we all clear on that background? Guy that works in the movie theater overnight. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine that you had the same guest. Okay. Now, first of all, when do I use the overview invite? What I'm teaching right now is the overview invite. There's a sample party invite, overview invite. This is what I think. When you look at the prospect, are they looking for more health as a primary, or are they looking for more financial opportunity as a primary? All right? If health is a primary, go sample party. If money's a primary, you go overview. We're in a business where we want to give people what they want. Okay? In this scenario, can we all agree? Guy that works at a movie theaters, overnight shift, he probably wants opportunity.
Yeah, and he's in his like late 20s, kind of like 24. I think.
Okay, got it. Okay, Martin, let's just say your name is Martin. I'm inviting you. Okay.
All
so
right.
I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna go through an invite. I'm also gonna break down the steps that I go through, so you have a little outline and a structure.
Yeah.
Understand the invite, it's structured, not a script, okay? So it'll go with the different flows every time, okay? Ring, ring.
Hey, hello?
Hey, is this Martin?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Martin, how's it going, man? It's James. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No, man, I just woke up and got home from work late last night.
Oh,
tired.
Sweet. Dude, that's tense, man. Yeah, this is okay, right? You know, I didn't want to wake you or anything. This is a good time for a call?
What's up, man?
Okay, cool. Hey, I'm so glad I got a hold of you. I got something exciting I really wanted to share with you. I'm actually about to run out into the gym in a little bit, but I got some time, you know. But,
all right,
hey,
cool. Well,
yeah.
What's up?
Hey, I know this is kind of out of the blue, but I remember the last time we were talking. Yeah, just like what you mentioned. I know you're working at the movie theaters, and I remember we had a conversation. You were complaining about the hours. You're complaining about how you just really don't like the work there and everything, you know. And hey, I know this is super random, man, but if I could show you something that's flexible and it could potentially pay you double what you're making right now, man, way better work environment, would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, dude. What is it? Like, tell me more about it.
Okay, cool, man. Hey, I just want to make sure you're serious about looking for something else right now, right? I don't want to waste your time, you know?
No, man. Well, I'm just working at the movies. I'm open for anything.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Well, let me tell you what's going on. Well, hey, I just started working with this brand new health company. It has been blowing up, man. Seriously, this company, it's only been around for the last 5 years or so. I think we've expanded to 20 countries. I mean, this company grew to over $250 million in those 5 years, man. You know? It is basically becoming the Uber of the health industry. I want to disrupt things. So it's been phenomenal. But honestly speaking, though, it's not about the company. It's about who I want to introduce you to, you know? And, Martin, what I want to talk to you, I want to introduce you to one of actually the vice presidents of this company. His name is Jordan. And Jordan, you wouldn't believe it, man. This guy, he's only in his young 20s, man. But he's actually one of the vice presidents of the company. This guy does well. He's driving around in a car, honestly, that most like 30, 40-year-olds wouldn't have. You know? He carries himself super well, and, you know, he's worked with a lot of people that have grown in this company. But I actually have the fortune of working directly with Jordan. And he let me know the other day he's actually looking to expand a brand new project and down here in the South Bay, you know. And when he asked me for some recommendations of people I felt that would be great candidates. And Martin, honestly, out of everyone, you're the first person that popped up in my mind, man. You know, like I know that you're hardworking. You know, I know that you're dedicated. And you're a really dependable guy. So I thought you'd be the perfect person for this. But, hey, this is what I'd love to do, Martin. If you're interested in learning more, what I can do is I can actually set up with an appointment so we can meet with Jordan.
All right,
you know?
Sweet.
Yeah, for sure. You can imagine. Jordan's a busy guy. You know, he's a vice president of this company. But he let me know he's free either actually tonight or Thursday night. You know, he's busy, but those two times happen to be free. Hey, which one of those times works better for you?
I think Thursday, since it was kind of out of the blue today.
Thursday, okay.
Thursday.
Hey, sooner the better, man, because these slots, once they're filled, they're taken, you know. But Thursday, Wednesday work at all?
Yeah, I can check my schedule. See.
Okay. When can you let me know by? Because, you know, once they are booked, you know, it's booked.
I don't go. I can let you know by noon since it's early today.
By noon, okay, gotcha. Sounds good. All right. So let's do this, Martine. How about I'll give you a call back at noon, and then let me check your schedule.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Definitely interested.
Perfect. Okay, let's call Martine back. Ring, ring.
Wait, I'm doing the invite now?
I'm inviting you now. Again, it's noon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hello?
Ring, ring.
Hey, what's up? Yeah,
Hey,
what's up, man?
Martine, how's it going? Hey, I want to check in real quick. I was just talking to my vice president, Jordan. He said that there's actually some people trying to fill in some positions right now and set up those appointment slots, but I wanted to talk to you first. Were you able to check about your schedule later tonight?
Yeah, dude, I just switched to a couple of shifts with some of my couple guys over here, so I was able to make it. I want to see what it's all about.
Sweet. Okay, perfect, man. Yeah, there is still an availability, so we lucked out right there, right? So I'll pencil you in for that. But tonight, hey, let's do this. I'm going to go there anyway. I'd love to catch up at everything, and I could actually swing by and pick you up, But, all
right.
How about this? Are you free around 6 p.m.? Does that work?
Yeah, I'm free in the evening.
Perfect. Okay. Well, let me get down your address. 1234 Apple Tree Way, Pino. All right. And, just make sure, though, Martine, hey, this is a big deal. I'm introducing you to the man himself, but can you make sure you dress sharp, dress to impress? I want to make sure we make a good impression.
Sure.
Okay, cool, man. Well, hey, I'm excited about this, Martine. I know you're going to love this. But, hey, I got to run. I got to, of course, head out soon. But hey, I just want to make sure, though, before I let Jordan know, are you absolutely sure that you can make this appointment? Because honestly,
dude, Yeah. I mean, after you called me earlier, I switched to a couple of shifts. I definitely want to check everything out.
Okay, perfect, man. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure, because if you flake on me, honestly, I'm trying to get in with the good side with my superior. It might cost me my promotion. It's just a really big deal.
I got you.
All right. Sounds good, Martine. Well, hey, I'll see you later on tonight, all right?
All right, sounds good. Just text me when you're on your way, and then we'll be
perfect. Okay, sounds good, Martine. Talk to you soon.
All right. Okay, bye.
Perfect. Okay, guys.
James, can I ask a question real quick on that before I forget?
Yes, you can.
It's Christiane, by the way. So I noticed that you didn't mention that it was, or unless I missed it, but that it was a health industry company. It's like you said that it was going to be I can't remember what you said, but you said it was going to be the new Uber or the next Uber of what, though? Like, did you mention the health company?
Oh,
you did say that.
I did mention health. Yes, I do mention
health.
Good clarification.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So in my experience, when I get to that point, when I say that, people are just like, well, what is that? Like, what am I going to do? I don't have any interest in the health industry. Like, a lot of people just don't really care. You know what I mean? So they're just like, why would I want to be interested in the health industry?
And you know why that happens is because, like I meant, if you notice what I say right after the invite of the edification, I will edify. I'll say it's not about the company, though. It's about who I want to introduce you to.
Oh,
that's the key. The focus of the invite, think about it, okay? It really isn't about the company, because what we're focusing on in this invite is how to help them achieve their hot button, okay? Does it really matter what it is, as long as it's legal, moral, ethical, if this is something that could double Martine's pay? Most people, not really, So what I make the focus on, the purpose of the invite is what? To set an appointment with someone that can help your prospect with achieving what they want. That's the key right there. So when I edify properly, it'll take the focus from the company or what it is to who it is. That's the key to this invite. Okay? So those are good questions right there. All right. Let me go out there and do this real quick for you guys. I'm going to break down what I did as a structure. This is what I imagine going through my mind, okay? Literally, as I'm inviting, I have, like, check marks, okay? I'm like, okay, I got that down. All right, I move on. I got that down. And I keep on going. And if you notice, in the call, it was good. Did you see with Martine, did you guys notice when I was setting down the time, I pushed for a sooner time, and he said, I need to check with my schedule. I'll know by noon. Do you guys remember that part?
Yeah.
Most people would just bulldoze through that part, be like, oh, whatever, let's do Thursday. You know? But if you notice what I did, I said, hey, dude, honestly, it's a first come, first serve right here. And let me give you a call back. Let me give you a call back, not can you call me back. I want control at all times. Okay? And I gave him a call back because I didn't complete that step yet. Okay? Let me run through this real quick. This is where I definitely recommend take some notes. This is the same invite, honestly, I've used on thousands of people now. And it works very, very well. Okay? Very well. I've noticed my invites. Can I tell you why I know this invite works? Is because I've gone through many invites where I'll miss one step, and then it doesn't work. I'll miss another step somewhere else, it doesn't work. And then I realize, okay, if all these steps are in here, it's going to work. Okay? All right. So I break apart the invite into 3 sections. Okay? I imagine it like writing an essay. Maybe it's the school part of me. There's an introduction, there's a body, there's a conclusion. Okay? In the intro, there's 4 steps. Okay? The intro is actually the most important. If you get the intro landed well, 95% chance that they will say yes by the end. Okay? So the intro, what's in there? Number 1, I greet them. What's greet? Hi, how's it going? If you notice a couple things about the greet, number 1, positive, excited.
Yeah.
Not, hey, Martine, how's it going, man?
Ew.
Are you okay?
People.
No, I'm like, when I invite someone, I'm about to change their life. So I'm like, hey, Martine, how's it going, man?
Hey, pretty good.
Boom. Martine, in that scenario, he was waking up, but could you tell because I was at Martine as the prospect, you know? He was waking up. My energy went out there, and it pumped him up even more. Energy is so important, okay? So start with high energy. So the greet is, hello, how's it going? Catch up a little bit if you need to. If you haven't talked to them for a little while meaning a couple years, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going on. Some people ask, what if I don't know what they're up to? You know? Then I'll catch up just a little bit. Hey, it's been a long time. Dude, how you been, man? Oh, great. Hey, dude, random question. Where are you working at these days? Oh, the movies. Hey, you know, I know this is super random, boom, and then I'll get into the rest. Okay? So greet. Number 2, time. I want to check if they have time to talk, but I also want to let them know that I'm busy too so that I have an escape route. So let's say they start asking you a bunch of questions for whatever reason. You can let them know, hey, honestly, Martine, like I mentioned, I got this errand to run. Let me give you a call back later. I definitely want to answer your question. Okay?
Yeah.
The time constraint right there. Number 3 is the most important part of the entire invite, and I believe 90% of people are failing right here, which is their hot button, okay, and landing it and making sure they're actually serious about it. So number 3 is hot button, what they're looking for. What are we offering them? Okay? So I will get really good at formulating a hot button. The way I formulate a hot button is this. The phrase that I use, and I use it every single time, is if I could, would you be interested? If I could, would you be interested? In Martine's scenario, hey, Martine, if I could show you a way to work somewhere else that could potentially pay you double what you're making at the movies with way better hours, would you be interested?
Yeah.
If you guys were in Martine's shoes, being at the movie theaters, would you say yes to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mhm.
You want
Yes.
to put together a hot button that is so strong but legit. Okay, don't say, hey, if I could get you a Lambo tomorrow, a Lamborghini, would you be interested? That's too much. Like, they can't fathom that, Just enough. Let me give another example. Let's say they work a full-time job right now. Okay? They got their career going on.
Mm-hmm.
They have family, they have kids, whatever it may be. Okay? And they've been wanting to save up for a family vacation for a while. Like, hey, Martine, I know you've been talking about going to Hawaii for a while. What if I could show you something that's on the side? It's super flexible that can earn you enough to get you to Hawaii way faster than what you'd imagine. Would you be interested?
Nice.
Do you guys see how that works?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think, how much is a Hawaii trip for a family?
Like
at max?
$5,000.
Yeah, $5,000.
For like
right?
a couple, like 2 guys.
Yeah,
What?
for one, maybe $2,000, $5,000 for a nice family trip.
Mm-hmm.
A trip where you don't want to go on a budget, right?
Yeah.
And why do I bring that up? My question to you guys is this: can RX generate $5,000 for someone?
Yes.
Let's say it's even in the year. Okay, can RX generate? You give it 1 year, an extra $5,000 on top of someone's income. I believe it definitely can. If you looked at Mary Jo's check, okay, she has already made just about in 2 weeks worth of paycheck. She almost made $5,000. It was quite impressive. When she went SVP, I'm telling you, man, Team Lead Bonus is strong. We're all reps here, okay? Mary Jo made over $2,000 in 1 week through her RX business. You know what she can use that for? Can that buy a Hawaii trip for one?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So a hot button is it something that is legit? Oh, what about a car? Do we know people that have been wanting a better car for a long, long time, but they can't afford it? You know, all it really takes to get someone into a better car. Let's say someone wants to get into a Lexus GS, okay, a nice $60,000 car. All they really need, let's just say it's gas and insurance and car payment included. Car payment is maybe $600 a month. Gas maybe $200 to $300 a month. Insurance maybe an extra $100 or something, depending on their insurance. You only need $1,000 a month. Can RX generate an extra $1,000 a month on the part-time? I think so. So what does that mean? Do you see how I'm thinking about the hot button? Okay? I want to give them something that they can fathom that'll make sense. Does that all make sense, guys?
Yes.
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 Yeah. So key. This is so key. I'm telling you, most people just want something a little bit extra on the side. Why do people Uber so much? Because they want a side income, you know? Why do people do Lyft? They want a side income. If people do Uber and Lyft, they should strongly consider an RX network marketing business for themselves because this can generate them a fortune, okay? Sometimes people think, man, I need to promise them the huge things. No, not at all, you know? Okay, so we have the hot button. Hey, so Martine, if I could show you something that's on the side that could potentially pay you double what you're making in the movies, okay?
Yeah.
Get you better hours. Would you be interested?
Yeah.
Of course.
Definitely.
All right, number 4. I want to confirm their seriousness of the hot button. Okay? So, Martine, though, hey, I want to make sure that you're serious about looking for something right now, right? I don't want to waste your time.
Yes.
Do you see how that works? Right now. I don't want them to be curious. I want them to be serious. Okay? That concludes the intro of the invite. You have their hot button. You confirm their seriousness about their hot button. The rest is just filler, okay? Up until this point, does anyone have any questions on the invite?
You said there was 4 points to the intro: greet them, time, hot button, and then the fourth one is to make sure they're serious, right?
Confirm their seriousness. Yes.
Okay, cool.
You got it. Any other questions? Okay. Perfect. Hope that's pretty clear right there. We got a good call on this. We got 15 lines. People are early birds. I like it. Okay. Second part, body. Okay? The body of the invite. And you know what's cool about the rest of the invite, honestly? The rest of the invite is pretty standard and straightforward. So when you have it down, you have it down. The only part you really tweak in every single invite is the hot button, because that is the part where it depends on them. Okay? Let me add one more thing into the hot button real quick. Even before I pitch in the hot button, you know what I like to do? I like to bring up a situation or a memory that they have that will bring up the hot button. So, for example, hey, Martine, I remember we had a conversation the other day about your work, and you told me that you didn't like the hours.
Not at all.
So I'm going to bring up a memory so they're like, oh, I get it. They have emotions to it. Okay? All right. So let's get into the body. Body is simple. Number one, this is going to answer the question, what is it, right? If you do the first part right, the natural question is, I'm interested, but what is it? Okay, let's answer that. Number one, you want to edify the company. Okay? I want to give a couple details about the company. I want to give maybe 2 or 3 facts about the company that makes it sound so good where they want to learn about it more. Okay? Well, hey, Martine, I've been working with this new company, and, man, it's been blowing up. This company's been around for just over 5 years, already made well over $250 million. I mean, it's looking to become the Uber of the health and wellness industry. It's blowing up. So I'll just say something like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not too much, not too little, just enough where they feel like, wow, that's big. Wow, that's big. Okay? Number 2, I want to edify the superior. Edify the superior. This is key. Edify the superior to the point where they feel like, I need to meet this person, okay? Let's say I'm edifying Jason Lee, okay? You can edify anyone. I can edify a manager, So let's say I'm like, well, Martine, it's not about the company. It's about who I need to introduce you to. All right? But, dude, you wouldn't believe it. I got linked up with a guy named Jason. This guy's only in his 20s, man. Straight up, he's already the president of the company. This guy's rocking a car that most 50-year-old CEOs wouldn't even be rocking. He does extremely well, but he's super humble and easy to talk to. And he's helped a lot of people rise in the charts in this company. Okay? You guys see how that works right there? Mm-hmm. If you were on the opposite side of the phone and you heard that, would you start thinking, wow, Jason sounds like an interesting person?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You want to paint your superior in such a light because that's the opportunity. The key is in this business, we all know, okay? It's like in a gym. You can sign up for, I know Ava loves Equinox Gym. You can sign up for Equinox Gym. For the membership there is hundreds of dollars a month. But just because you have a gym membership does not mean that you're going to get buff or hit your fitness goals. The key is a lot of times who you work with. Can we all agree that's true?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
In this business, it's the same thing. It's not what it is. It is about who you work with. So your superiors, you want to paint them in such a light where they're like, I need to meet this person. Okay? It doesn't matter what it is. What it matters is who I need to introduce you to, all right? But hey, Martine, all right, cool. So you went out there and you edified the company. Okay. After edify the company, edify the superior. Then after that is called the story. Okay? What's the story? The story is linking it between why you're talking about the superior in the company and why this relates to your prospect. Okay? So, hey, Martine, hey, this is what's going on, man. I work really closely with Jason, and Jason actually let me know that he's looking to expand out here in the South Bay, out here in the city, out here in Hollywood, out here in Asia, wherever it is, right? And he let me know he's looking to fill in a couple positions right now. And he asked me if I knew of anyone that was sharp-minded, that was really, really a hard worker, that was dedicated. And out of everyone, I thought about you. Okay? So what you did right there is you linked up why you even edified the superior to why it's relevant to them. Okay? All right. Then in the body still, after that, it's called the why me step. The why me step. Okay? Why did he think about them specifically? This is so key. This is what personalizes your invite. Okay? If you don't get this part down, it'll just feel like a cold call. I think to myself, why do I want them in my business? Characteristic-wise. Okay? Are they hardworking? Are they dedicated? Are they loyal? Are they dependable? What have I known about them in the past? Okay? Martine, in this scenario with your buddy, what about him makes you feel like he'd be a strong candidate?
I see him like normally when he used to work late shifts, he was mostly the guy that was like leading everyone. There was other people that would work with him, and everyone was dragging their feet, and he was always on his toes.
Perfect. Okay. That's exactly perfect. So, hey, Martine, when Jason asked me if I knew of anyone that was a great candidate, honestly, the first person I thought about was you, man. Because I know at work you were always a natural leader. You know, you always took responsibility. You always were there late. You always were there early. People could just depend on you, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought that you had the characteristics that Jason would really love, you know? All right. So that's what concludes the body. Okay? Any questions on the body, and then I'll finish off the invite. Nope. So far, so good? Okay. So we edified the company. We edified the superior.
I'm sorry. I had it on
Yes.
mute. I'm sorry. I was trying to
No
ask
problem.
something.
Go
I
for it.
just wanted to go over real quick on the story part. So the story part, when you say why you edify the person and why they relate to you and to them in the business. So when you say like the story, it's not really necessarily your story.
Correct.
It's more of the story of that person and why you think that they would be able to help your prospect.
The story meaning this. Hey, you know, Christiane, the reason why I'm even talking about this is I work really closely with Jason. Jason actually let me know he's looking to expand a brand new development right now out there in the city. No one knows about this. He's looking for a couple people. And he asked me if I knew of any sharp-minded candidates. And you know what? The first person I thought about was you. That's the story.
Okay.
The story meaning it links up your relationship to the superior and why you're even talking to them.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, you have the why me step. which is why them specifically.
I see. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go. You got it. Any other questions on that? We edified the company, superior story, why me?
Yeah, so as far as everything going down, breaking it down, you said that the only things you would have to change would pretty much be the hot button, and I kind of feel like you would need to change the why me.
The why me. You got it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
You're totally right. The hot button and the why me step are pretty much the only two parts you change in your invite. Everything else is a straight part. I edify the company the same way almost every single time. You know, I edify the superior almost the same way every single time. I do the rest almost everything the very same time. The parts that I think about before are the hot button and why them specifically, because that personalizes it. You're right on point. Good catch. Any other questions so far? Okay. Let's conclude the invite. Okay? You have the intro, the body, the conclusion. Okay? The conclusion is the easy part. All right? When it comes to the conclusion, what I would do is this. Number one, you want to set up the appointment. All right? You want to set up the appointment. Remember, the key in the invite laws is appointment, not meeting or presentation, meeting, briefing, seminar. Okay? So, hey, Martine, if you're serious about learning more, what I'd love to do is to set up an appointment for us to meet with Jason. You know?
Yeah.
But Jason, you can imagine, he's a really busy guy. But he let me know he has 2 availabilities right now. He has tonight or Thursday night available. Which time works better for you? All right. So you ask them for that time. I give them 2 time slots. Why? It's called a loaded question. I don't ask them, are you interested? I ask them which day works better for you. They have to pick one. They have to pick one. Okay? So I set up the appointment, and they're going to pick a day. Number 2, after that, I'll just tell them the logistics, right? They're going to want to know, well, where do I got to go and everything like that. So I will tell them, I want to pick them up. So I tell them the time that I'm going to meet with them. I don't tell them what time the appointment is at. I don't tell them where the appointment is at, because honestly, those 2 don't matter. Because I'm picking them up. And they have an opportunity. Hey, if this were a life-changing opportunity, and we had to go all the way down to San Diego, you know, if this could make a 6-7-figure income, I'd be down. It really doesn't matter where it is. So I don't say, oh, we're going to Fremont, or, oh, we're going to wherever the meeting location is. Okay? So I'll set the appointment time for the time I pick them up. So let's say I'm coming from San Francisco, and I know I want to get to the meeting by 7, and let's say I need to pick them up at 5:30. Okay? So I say, hey, Martine, let's do this. I'm going to get there anyway. Let's go together, man. Mind if I swing by and I can come pick you up at 5:30? Does that work?
All right.
Sounds good. Perfect. And let's go out there and, let me get your address. I always get it over the phone. I don't want them to text it to me because there's a lot of times they forget to, or it gives them another way out of not texting you. So they'll be like, hey, I got a pencil and paper here. Going to get your address. Okay? After that, I will also make sure they dress sharp. Say, hey, Martine, just want to make sure, hey, dress impressed, man. I want to make sure we make a good impression on this guy. Can you make sure you dress sharp? Dress impressed. Okay? Cool. And then the last part in this invite is we seal the deal. We seal the deal. I don't want them flaking. This step will prevent 50% of your flakes. Huge. Cap it off, man. You already did all the work until then. Make sure you get the rest. So, hey, Martine, I just want to make sure, man, if I set this up for you, you're sure you can make it, right? Because if you flake on me, honestly, it might cost him my promotion. I'm trying to get in with the good side with this guy. You're sure you can make it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If they know that flaking could mean, and there's a consequence, that it could cost you your promotion, and they still flake, and you confirm that, honestly, they're not a close friend. They're not a close friend. Because if they knew how important this was to you and they still flake and they don't have a legit reason, honestly, that's just a testament to their level of care.
Mm-hmm.
You know why I like to do the seal the deal step? Because you can leverage that later. Let's say later that day they say, hey, man, I can't make it tonight. But hey, honestly, man, I know you got things going on, but dude, honestly, like I mentioned, this could cost you on promotion. Are you sure you can't make it, man? This really means a lot, and I know this can help you too. They're like, oh man, okay, let me see if I can go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have those steps. So you set the appointment. You tell them the logistics, basically, where and when you're going to pick them up. You tell them to dress sharp, and then you seal the deal. That is the invite. That's a complete one from start to finish. There's only 12 points. So literally, as I'm going through the invite, I check off all these points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's pretty straightforward. Invite should only take 3 to 5 minutes, though. It's fast.
Yeah.
Okay? Outside of that, any questions?
If they say on the confirming part, if they like how you went over the scenario where they're flaking on you, and you're like, okay, are you sure you're not gonna be able to make it? And if they say, yeah, like something really came up, I really can't do it, how would you go about rescheduling?
Yeah, good question. So what I would do is I'd be like, hey, honestly, I get it. Take care of family. Honestly, there's nothing I can guarantee here. But let me ask you this. If there were another availability, I can talk to my superior. Would you still be serious about rescheduling?
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. I know, of course, things like this don't come up all the time. We don't want to come up. But, we're on my superior's time, so I have no way of guaranteeing anything. But if there were something, would you be serious?
I got it.
Let's say they say yes. Because I want to make sure they're
loss.
actually legit.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I want to make sure they're actually serious. Because honestly, sometimes people lie. People lie.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I have family emergency. How many family emergencies are there really? Why is it that it just so happens that right before the overview, there just so happens to be a family emergency? If you notice that happens a lot in your invite, I'm telling you, it's not because of bad luck. It's because of an invite thing. They're just trying to come up with an excuse. Sometimes people say family emergency because honestly, you can't say anything else being a nice person. You can't say, oh, ditch your family, man. No, you don't say that. But there are legitimate times when it happens. Mm-hmm. But saying that, reconfirming their seriousness, will let you know if they're actually serious or not. Good question. Any other questions? I got around 10 minutes that I can do of any types of Q&A on inviting as a whole.
Hey, James, this is Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, so I know for the invite part, a lot of people are wondering when they go in on it, like the specific mentality that you want in terms of like the attitude that you have, because like the tone is really strong, and like we have a lot of technical stuff, but like I was wondering what you felt in terms of the mentality, like when you're going into it.
Okay.
How to do it where you're not like too strong or you're not too weak. So I feel like a lot of my teammates have that issue when they're inviting.
Got it. This is what I'd say right off the bat, record yourself. The way to get really good at your invite is spar, train, get better at it. honestly, the only way that you're going to get better, it isn't through a call like this. Okay, the only way you're going to get better is to verbalize it and actually do it yourself and hear yourself. I remember I would record myself all the time. I was obsessed about getting good, man. I was obsessed about getting this down. I said, this is holding not only myself back, but my future team back, because remember, your standard is going to trickle down to your team. If you notice that your team is not expanding past that generation themselves or even further, it's because your standard or your invite is not strong enough.
Yeah.
Okay? It might be good enough to get a guest down, but not strong enough for them to get a guest. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So my number one is I record myself all the time, and I spar and I test myself with people that have a higher standard than me. So like I mentioned in the beginning of the call, when I got tested by Duke, I realized I needed to raise that standard, that bar right there. Okay? But good question, Jason. Talk about mentality. My mentality before I invite is this simple. I got the opportunity, man. I'm about to change this person's life, you know? Because why? I have big goals. This year, I have huge goals. I want to quadruple my income, you know? I want a Lamborghini Aventador. I want to feed 4 kids, meaning that if I want to do that, I need to help a lot of people in my team make a lot of money, okay? So when I go into the invite, I think this person is going to be the start of something huge. They don't even know it yet, okay? Second thing I think about is this. How can this help them? When I'm on the phone with them, all I think about is them. The thing that Tim Sales says, our master distributor, he says, be interested, not interesting. Okay? Be interested, not interesting. So I shift my thought and I think, how can this benefit them? So if you notice on the phone, they won't always just go straight forward. They might say a question here or there. They might say they might not understand. If you are focused on them, you'll catch that. In the scenario we used with Martine, if you notice, he said, I need to check by noon. Because I'm listening, I said, oh, hey, you know what? Let me give you a call back. You know, can you check right now? Because I was listening, I was flexible, and I was able to adjust to that. Okay? So most of the time, people are off in their tone because, number one, they don't practice and they don't know what their tone sounds like. But number two, their intention is off. I've noticed that when you think and you're all nervous, you're like, oh, my God, what are they going to say? Like, oh, my God, I need this person. I need to bring someone down tonight. I made a commitment on the whiteboard. I need to bring someone, and you're freaking out about that. You're honestly not thinking about them. And you're missing out on all the key little details on how to help them. And because of that, your invite trips up. You know, there's a miscue. They're like, oh, this is off. And when something's off in the tone, they automatically think, I don't know if this is for me. Okay? So the key is to really listen to them. Another thing I'd say is this. Don't feel the need to just bulldoze through the invite. The key in the invite, imagine communicating, okay? Imagine you're leading a blind person down a stairway. You can't go too fast because if you do, they're going to trip and fall.
Yeah.
You want to walk them through step by step and make sure that they're following with you. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you get to the end of the invite if your person fell. You know? What matters is you brought your person with you and they understand they are with full stride. They didn't have any scars or bruises, you know? And the only way to do that is to listen. Okay? Good question, Jason. Any other questions?
Thank you, James.
You got it. Perfect. Okay. So this is what I'll end this call with. Okay? There are objections that come up. The key in any objection is to answer it and then get back into the inviting step that you're on. So if you're on number 7, you are going out there and you're talking about the story, they say, oh, what's the name of the company? Oh, company's called RX, but honestly I haven't heard too much about it. But that's why I want to introduce you to my superior, and that's why I thought about you, because I know you're a dependable person. Always bring it back to the invite, okay? But honestly, if you guys see how the invite is structured, if you hit every single point, is it safe to say that you probably won't be getting any objections?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The only objection that you're going to get is they're going to be like, oh, what do I need to do next? That's when you know you're a really good inviter, when they have no questions. You diffused everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's a huge key. Last thing I'd say is this. How obsessed are you about getting better? How obsessed are you about getting better, man? Honestly, you can get good at the invite today. Today. Okay? And the only way to get better is you practice. You spar. I would make it a focus. I need to master this for me, for my team. Okay? Is your team growing? If not, we need to get your invite better. Okay? And also, too, honestly, the only way to do it, get better, you got to use it. You got to use it. Go invite people. It's fun, honestly. And you know what happens when you invite people? You're going to refine it because you're like, oh, that time they said that. Next time I can say this. And that's how you get all these little details to get them really, really good. Okay? So other than that, guys, I know that thanks for being on the call. We had a good 15 people on the call at 9 a.m. in the morning. That's pretty impressive right there. And we barely promoted this call,
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I wanted to bring this up was, we had some teammates who were like, man, we got to get the standard up. We got to get people really good at this invite, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'd say is, are you going to get better today? Are you going to get better today? Are you going to use this for the overview tonight? Are you going to bring someone? I remember when I was in your shoes, I said, I'm going to go to overview with a guest every single time. And I'm going to get better at my invite. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, team, other than that, hey, thanks for being on the line. You guys have been fantastic. Let's get everyone amazing at this. If you have any other questions, shoot me a message. I'd definitely love to help spruce things up. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we'll see a lot of you guys later tonight. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, James.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.